I was 28 when my doorbell chimed at 2 a.m. in March. My husband, David, had departed for a year-long work project in Europe just 2 weeks prior, leaving me alone when my sister, Lisa, appeared with her 3 kids, Ethan, Sophie, and Lily, clinging to her. Each child carried a single black garbage bag stuffed with clothes. Lisa handed me a crumpled envelope. She said the kids were my responsibility now, that she needed a break. Without another word, she turned and walked to a car waiting in the dark. The children stood silently, watching their mother drive away. Inside the envelope were guardianship papers she'd printed off some website, unsigned and legally worthless. I was too stunned to think clearly that night. I called the police right away. They took a statement but explained that since the kids were safe with a family member, this wasn't considered legal abandonment. They suggested contacting Child Protective Services the next morning, which I did. CPS opened a case immediately. A caseworker named Brian visited my one-bedroom apartment that afternoon to assess the situation. He explained I could apply for emergency kinship care status while they searched for Lisa, granting me temporary legal authority and some financial support. That first night, all 3 kids slept in my bed while I took the couch. Ethan stayed awake, staring at the door until dawn. Sophie wept quietly. Lily wet the bed. The CPS caseworker helped me enroll the kids in the local school on an emergency basis, though they needed birth certificates and proper documents within 30 days. David video called that evening, clearly shaken by the news. He offered to return, but his contract had steep penalties for early termination. We agreed he should stay. The school counselor soon reported to CPS that Lily had been arriving unwashed for weeks before prerogative to my home. Ethan hadn't completed homework in months. Sophie had been taking food from classmates' lunches. By the 3rd month, despite the small kinship care stipend, my savings were gone. I took a second job working nights while the kids slept. Brian arranged licensed childcare when needed. I was surviving on 4 hours of sleep. I tracked down Lisa's ex-boyfriend, Mark, who said she'd run off to Vegas with a 19-year-old she met at a bar, claiming the kids were holding her back. David's calls grew less frequent. His project faced delays, extending his stay in Europe by 6 months. After 6 months of no contact from Lisa, I filed for permanent custody with help from a pro bono lawyer. The first court hearing was in September. Lisa didn't appear. The judge delayed the case, requiring more efforts to find her. The guardian ad litem recommended I retain temporary custody during the search. After 2 more missed hearings, the judge granted me full custody in December, 9 months after Lisa's disappearance. In June, 15 months after she left, Ethan called me Mom for the first time. Sophie and Lily followed. By 18 months, Lily couldn't recall Lisa's face. When I showed her a picture, she said, "That's not my mommy, you're my mommy." David and I were drifting apart, talking only once a month. His calls included odd questions about whether I'd heard from Lisa 2 years and 2 months after she left. Lisa showed up at the kids' school, intoxicated and yelling that I'd stolen her children. The school followed protocol, calling me and the police. She was arrested for public intoxication. I got a restraint. I can't tell you the full story in short. To watch the full story, click the related link below.